You're very gorgeous though, but I don't like that you put the fake flower in your vest trying to make it look better than what it was.
Yeah.
I don't like that you brought a fake briefcase. There's probably nothing in there, and it's also halfway open. You should probably close it. Also, I don't like that the fact that you put your hat.
What would be
Why do you have the hat on?
Fake briefcase though?
Fake briefcase.
I mean, the hair
and
done.
something.
It's done. It's
So
done.
why didn't you show your hair?
That's what I wanted to do today.
I understand. I just want to see your hair though.
I get it. You feel me? I've dealt with, you feel me, Chicago women most of my life. You okay? You feel me? Me and your brother probably sound alike because we done been through the same struggles. You feel me? But I could respect that. I just wanted to know what you was thinking about. That's all that was.
It's just weird talking to my little brother, so.
No problem. You can't say little. We the same age, darling. Let's be respectful.
You sound like him though.
That's so because we from the same place. So you don't like people from your hometown.
I never said that.
And that's respectful. I can respect that.
I just want a man with a higher vocabulary, which you don't have on your day-to-day speak. Speaking to all the other women, trust. I know. You're good.
I talk like where I was born from. I got a real like respect. I can't let you, like, you feel me, throw down what I've been through. You feel me?
I never said what you went through was.
You tried though, darling.
No,
you feel me? So I want you to know, like, I'm really from struggle. I speak a certain type of way, but I've searched for education. I have a bachelor's degree.
That's fine.
You feel me? What I do right now, I work with people every day. So I don't want you to just throw shade on hood niggas in general.
I wasn't throwing shade on you,
I speak with a little slang. I got a little hood to me, but I'm educated, baby.
No, that's fine.
We can move forward. Thank you.
I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Rakwa Kadash. Salutations to the apostles, to the elders, bishops, brothers, who's laboring in the truth. To you sincere sisters who taking care of the homes, the children, the family, loving yourself. Pick Yahweh watching Yahushua. Pinning him, in your life, man, which is very important. Okay, Salakia. We just seen a video. We seen a video of this young man. He's on this balloon challenge, and the young man is, he's keeping it cordial, keeping it respectful. I understand. And this, I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Yeah, so I don't know. Something it just boomed out. You know what I'm saying? So the car did something, just the vibration. So when you see these type of things, man, it's like, this little demon talking to him, belittling him. So she figured she could talk to men like that. That's why sometimes men put y'all to death, because look at the way you're talking, look at the way you're speaking. You're throwing insults at a man. This is a man, okay? He didn't say one disrespectful thing to you. And that's why a lot of you BITCHs, you gonna learn, man. You coming up here on a platform talking crazy to this man because it's not fitting your standard, or because he didn't take you. He popped your balloon, so now you want to insult him? Come on, have respect. Have some goddamn respect, man. But these shows and these programs are foolish. But sometimes, you go in there, you thinking that you might find some kind of compatibility or compassion, or some kind of likeness from a woman. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the case. Majority of these women do not like niggas. All right? They only like what you can provide for them. They don't like you, man. And you niggas keep coming on this show thinking that you're going to get something, man. You ain't gaining anything from being on the show to looking for a woman. The dating market is garbage. Your sexual value is gone. Nobody don't want a used woman that been fucking and having children by different men. No man wants to settle for that. That's not what a man should settle for. What he should settle for is his purpose. What he should settle for is loving the Most High. You know what I'm saying? What he should settle for is trying to keep the commandments to the best of his ability. What he should settle for is a woman that have no children, you know, who's willing to be on his program and follow him as a leader. A lot of these women are quick to say, oh, men are not the lead. No, it's the niggas that you picking. You know, the niggas that you're picking is showing forth your connection, because you have a lot of soul ties connected with you. So you got to cut it off. You know what I'm saying? Repent and let men be who men are. Men don't stop a woman from being a woman. How can I stop a woman from having a period? That's going against her nature. She's unclean from the next few days, man. Or whatever the case may be. If she don't have no damn pH balance off or some kind of, some estrogen deficiency, whatever. So you look at these things, man. This woman, she's constantly interrupting and have no goddamn respect. And you know what I'm saying? Like, just like a few minutes ago, I'm coming in the lobby in this building, and this fat, out of shape, BBW ass girl, she looking right at me, knowing that I'm coming in, the door closed, but she didn't know I had the key. So she trying to hurry up, go in the elevator, like I wasn't gonna catch her. But Yahweh had a man in the elevator with it was a delivery man. He had like packages blocking the way for her to get in. So by the time he was coming out, she was trying to hurry and get in. So I went outside. I said, "You disrespectful bitch." I said, "You a disrespectful ass." You know what I'm saying? You see me standing there, and you gonna look right at me and keep walking? I said, "You disrespectful fat bitch." I don't care. I let her have it while I'm at work. I don't care. Knowing I got something in my hand, you disrespectful, man. So women got a tendency of disrespect. You know, you're disrespectful, man. You fucking push the button and hold the door for me. Obviously, you couldn't get in, so obviously the security guard opened the door. So while you the last person that's up, he's sitting down. Why the fuck should he get back up to open the door for me? But you standing right there. It was way too late for me to come because the door closed, but you still there, have time to push the button, and all I could do is push the door to come right in. Your woman got no fucking respect. You know? She was a so-called West Indian, man. She's from the tribe of Benjamin. I don't give a fuck. You don't disrespect men. You better be glad that you're in the presence of a man. Because of a real man don't have to have you in his presence. Alright? When you're in a man's presence, you gotta act accordingly and act right, man. When you don't act right in a real man's presence, a spiritual man's presence, he gonna dismiss you immediately, man. Alright, let's read this, man, because this woman was doing a lot of nothing. She was just being rude, obnoxious, very disrespectful. You know, come on. This man trying to have a reasonable dialogue with you, and you busy constantly being disrespectful. All right, let's read this. This is the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 11, verse 7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first, and then rebuke. So, understand what's going on, okay? Examine the truth, right? Examine it, break it down, see what's it about. And then if it's not to what you if it's not up to your liking, rebuke it, man. Put that person in his place. No, you fucking wrong. You dead wrong. Examine the situation. Don't be quick to think and rush and say, okay, that's what it is. No. Be examined for what it is. You got evidence, you already know what it is. You don't have no evidence, no proof, you can't really say. Okay? But if you see someone moving a certain kind of way, or their actions and what they're doing, that clearly tell you what it is. All right? Verse 8. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause. So don't be quick to answer. People be so quick to answer. Hold your peace and wait until somebody speaks. When they finish speaking, then respectfully, then you say, all right, can I chime in now? Can I? Yes, brother, you can come in. Say what you feel. Yes, you can go ahead. Okay, cool. Right? Neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. Don't interrupt men in their talk. That's what this girl do. That's what this girl did, man. She interrupted this man while he talking. Stop doing that. Men do not respect people who do that shit. When you in prison, when a man is talking, you better wait till that man finish talking, or you say, excuse me, or you wait, man. And a lot of motherfuckers don't want to even hear the word excuse. You gotta wait, man. Wait your turn. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have respect, man. So with that being said, right, you gotta come correct, man. You can't interrupt men in their speech. Especially in prison. When you go to prison, men teach young men how to have respect, man. You gonna have respect because men gonna check you, man. You're not gonna have no young kid coming up in there talking about, yo, SMD, out of here, something yo, I do this, I bang this, do. So while we listening, yo, son, all right, since you doing all this, you see that dude right there? Go put in that work. Go put in that work right there. Since you doing all this talking, go put in that work right there. And he's like, no, I can't do it. And he be the first one that dudes come at and get at him and make him out of example. Because you doing all this is unnecessary. Men ain't ask you to prove a point. Men don't ask for validation. So when you doing that, you're learning that behavior from a woman. Okay? Woman, that's okay for a woman to do that because that's what she does. She's a woman. All right? But when you picking up the attributes and trying to inflict those ideas and those type of lifestyle to other men that's already established as a man, you're already trying to tell men that the way of being a man, how a man's structure is being stoic, you're trying to tell him to boomerang that back to being effeminized. No, we're not going to do that. We don't bring those type of spirits over here. Men going to be men, and men going to correct women when they going off. Okay, that's our job. Our job is to observe, forewarn, and tell you the judgment to come as being a prophet of the Lord, man. That's our goal. Okay? Our job is to keep the commandments and knowing that we try to do the best that we can to keeping the Heavenly Father's name, which is Yahweh, and His Son Yahweh Shah. Make sure we always keeping that name there and teaching His name. All right? But a lot of you women interrupt men in their speech and you want to be quick to talk because you feel like you got to answer or rebuttal to every fucking thing. No. Hold on, guys. Sorry, y'all. So when you doing that, man, you doing all this extra stuff, it's not importance, man. It's not of relevance. Men got to know how to check people when they're going off. When you're going off and you're doing wrong, you got to get checked. Bottom line. A woman like that, she's unworthy. She's not even acceptable, man. She shouldn't even be in a man's cipher. The sooner a woman talk like that, I'm walking away. Yo, hey, have a good day. Hey, have a good day, ladies. I'm not even wasting my time talking to an animal like that. I'm not wasting my time even giving her the benefit of the doubt. Because she's already showing who she is. You got the nerve to say you got the nerve to tell a man about this and that and that. But look at you. Let's look close. Let's look close at you. You're not that cute. You got all that fucking weave in your head. Okay? Your teeth is jacked up. You don't have a beautiful smile. So what are we talking about? And you too short. You too fucking short. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? The other ladies that saw you, they laugh like, oh shit, she keep pushing the limit. As a man, I'm not gonna even keep discussing with her. But yo, listen, all right, you chose, all right, you said what you said, but check this out, sweetheart. Yo, you're not even qualified. Look, listen, You're not even, matter of fact, why you even in my cipher? Get up out of here. Next. Yeah, and as soon as she keep talking, we're going to know her more and more. Hey, how you doing, sister? All right. Nice to meet you. Oh, this is the reason why I think, I chose you, whatever. You move on. Don't waste your time going back and forth with a fool. It's clearly evident that this young lady is a fool. She's, you know how a person become an old fool is because they still was a young fool. They have not changed. They have not self-reflect. Verse 9, strive not in the matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in the judgment with sinners. So do not put yourself in other people's affairs. Mind your fucking business. How they say stay out of the politics? Stay out of the politics. If it's not dealing with you, stay out. It's not your problem. It's not your issue. All right. Now let me read verse 10. I'm sorry. My son, meddle not with many matters, for if thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent, and if thou follow after, thou shalt not obtain, neither shalt thou escape by fleeing. So if you join with other people and their issues and their problems and their concerns, best believe you're going to be tagged with it, and people are going to label you just as bad as them, even though you may not do something yourself personally, but since the matters that's being taken at hand, you're doing these things, people watch, man. Don't be quick to jump into some radical BS, because what's going to happen? Bad things will happen. You do not want that to happen, man. Okay? Don't want that to happen. All right? Let's go down to verse 15. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the law are of the Lord. Love and the way of good works are from him. So that's why we're saying if this young lady had morals and respect, she would knew the ordinance of the Lord. She would have treated him as such. She's not sweet. She's not tender hearted. She's not kind. She's not soft spoken. She has a full blood tongue that's spewing out blood, on a man and disrespecting a man. You don't fucking do it, man. You don't do it, man. So, with that being said, that's what happens, man. And a woman is going to, let me put it in orange. A woman is going to test you all the days of your life. Women test you. Why? Because they want to see how strong of a man you are. Sometimes you can't always just be humble. Sometimes you have to give her the rocks. You gotta give her the pain. You gotta give her that adversity. You gotta go hard, because if you don't, she's not going to learn, and she's going to keep doing the same shit as time goes on. Because one day your son may marry one of her daughters or her cousins. You don't never know. I'm just, just saying that. Just playing devil advocate for a second here. And then now that same repetitive cycle continues on, and then now she thinks that she could talk to a man, right, that grown up from a boy that was raised from a man, to debunk him. That's why I always tell my son, you don't never let a woman debunk you. You don't never let a girl debunk you. You stay calm. You don't got to argue with them. Stay calm. But, check them when they need to be checked. If it doesn't really matter, sometimes if you don't give a fuck, that means you don't care about the girl. Forget the bird. You keep going, man. That's why they call them chickens. They call you a chicken bird. They call you a chicken because you like a chicken with your head cut off. You flopping and running around all wild and crazy. But this is why we tell y'all, don't let people disrespect you. Have boundaries, man. I made a video that said, as a man, you gotta set boundaries. Okay? As a grown man, I'm not going to even put myself on there. The dating market is garbage. It's BS. It's full of jokes. It's not serious, man. People don't love each other how they're supposed to love each other like they did back in the day. Black love mattered, man. People loved each other with a great deal of love, man. How the fuck can you love a woman like this? Well, she's not even a woman, a kid like this. She's a child, right? and she not respecting you. It's like, damn, you didn't even give a nigga a chance to even go on a date because you got rejected and you hate rejection. And he popped that fucking balloon, you didn't like it. All right? So anyway, with that being said, fellas, man, you don't got to take no disrespect, man. You don't never take no disrespect from no woman, no man, nobody. Have respect and don't interrupt men in their speech because that could put you to death. That can get you killed, man. I seen niggas get stabbed up, all kind of shit, man. Because niggas don't have no respect. When somebody talk, you'll say, yo, man, yo, man, fuck all that. Yo, son. Ooh, yo, you showing disrespect, so now niggas are putting work on you. Because you acting like a female. That's what females do. That's what bitches do. And you don't supposed to be like that. What kind of example are you going to show or show your son that it's okay to disrespect and when adults are talking? Know your place, have respect. Sometimes kids be a little challenging. They get a little fly off the hinges, but that's when you gotta check them. Because if you don't, they're gonna keep getting worse and worse. Especially boys. Boys get real disrespectful with their mouth if there's no man in the home to check them. My son was trying to get like that to a great degree because he getting older. He's feeling a little soft. He feel like, oh, I got a voice more. I can talk now. My voice changing. I'm becoming a man, whatever. But he's not a man yet because he still got to learn. Okay, and sometimes I put him in situations to teach him. Okay, all right. So at the end of the day, man, look, my job as a parent is to teach my son and my daughters to have respect and don't let no one disrespect them. Okay, have boundaries, man, because you're a representation of me when you're going out here. Nobody should keep talking to you over and over and over, but those things happen because these are children. All right, these are kids. Okay. But it's no excuse, okay? Maybe once or twice, but that's it. And you don't want to fuck your child up, bad, because that what is it really teaching them? And also too, you also got these laws that's embedded where the child has a power to get you locked up in trouble for you putting your hands on them for reprimanding them for doing something wrong. But we live in a system we live in a confused system which is called Babylon the Great, which is a confused city that's metropolitan towards women to cater their needs, to spend money back to the enemy, keep us oppressed, argue with you until you drop dead, and then hopefully that their kids will grow up to accept and do the same bullshit, the repeat and rinse cycle, and then after that, what happens? No result. You get bad, negative results. Okay? So with that being said, shalom.